What's up, everybody? It's chilling here. What's today? Friday morning. Hopefully, you guys are doing something cool tonight. I know it's the end of the work week, but hopefully you're having some fun. I am here at work all day. Yay! Wanted to talk a little bit about the second to last episode of The Big Bang Theory. Came out new yesterday. Next week is the series finale. I'm sad. I really, really like the show. I know that there are some people who have their problems with it. I like the show a lot. There were two storylines mainly in this episode that are, I think, closing and patching up some things. The first one was Raj and his girlfriend. His girlfriend went off to London for a business trip. And while she was in London, the company had offered her a manager job, which she has always wanted, but it's in London. And she tells Raj, are you happy where you are? What do you think about moving to London? All of that kind of stuff. And if you've seen the series, Raj always follows the woman. He's not really known to be his own person. He's kind of been a follower when it comes to what he thinks will bring him happiness instead of doing the things that actually bring him happiness. So through the whole episode, it's him deciding that he's going to go to London and he's going to ask her to marry him. If you've seen the series, you already know they were paired together. It was an arranged marriage, and then they broke it off, and then they became boyfriend and girlfriend again. And so they've been through a lot already together, but now he's deciding to go and ask her to marry her in London and then stay with her in London. So through this whole episode, he's making that decision and deciding if he can let go everything in LA. While Howard is kind of being sad about the situation. Howard and Bernadette know it's not a good situation because Raj's girlfriend don't really match as far as what Raj is looking for, as far as the things that Raj likes and all that kind of stuff. So they don't really match, and they're scared that if he goes off and moves and uproots that he's going to be hurt in the end, because they're not really super compatible. They're trying because they were arranged and then they really like each other now, but they're not super compatible. So at the end of the episode, Bernadette says Raj is at the airport. He's going to go fly off to London. Bernadette tells Howard to go save him, to go get him, to bring him home, because neither one of them think that it's going to lead to something nice or something good. So Howard goes all the way to the airport, buys a ticket, gets in the security, and he says, look, if you love her and you're going to go there and you think this is going to work 100%, go. We're happy for you. But if you don't think that you guys are compatible and that she's going to be there and understand everything that you love, and kind of, he puts it, if she doesn't like all the dumb stuff that you like, then you should stay. And Howard Raj is conflicted because he's not sure this might be his last chance, that kind of stuff. But they talk it over, and Raj agrees, seemingly, that maybe she's not the one because she doesn't get him all the time. She doesn't understand the things that he likes, and all that kind of stuff. And maybe there is somebody else out there for him. And so they kind of hug. They love you. They say I love you because they're best friends. Everybody at the airport claps because they think that they're together. Howard and Raj. It was funny. And Howard's like, no, that's not what's going on here. It was a funny moment. But Raj ends up coming home, and that's kind of their piece. There's three storylines, I'm sorry. The smaller storyline involves Stuart and his girlfriend. Stuart finally gets the courage, because they've been staying at Howard's house a lot, or at the comic book store. He gets the courage to say, hey, I love you, I wanna move in with you. And so that's kind of their storyline. It's small, it's kind of in between, but Stuart has finally found somebody who loves him, and he seems to be going down a happy path, which, if you've seen the series, he's always been kind of depressed and sad and weird. And so it's cool to be able to see them kind of falling in love with each other as well. The main storyline is Penny and Leonard's mom. Leonard invited his mom to come stay with him, and she's actually staying in their apartment this time as opposed to a hotel. And at the beginning, Leonard's mom is being super, super nice to him, which is really different. Again, if you've watched the series, she's always really mean, not like mean-spirited, but condescending. She talks down to him. She's a therapist, she's a doctor, so she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. She's very analytical, so she looks at things a lot different. So she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong ever. This whole episode revolves around Leonard and his mom maybe not figuring that shit out, but Leonard in the last just few episodes has kind of grown up a little bit. He's grown a backbone, he's standing up for himself, he's doing things that he normally wouldn't do. And I think that helped him in this episode because he was able to stand up to his mom and say, look, you've always been a bad mom to me. You know, you're not going to change. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change you. And for that, I just have to accept who you are, and I have to accept who I am. And I forgive you, is what he tells her at the end of the episode. And she accepts it. She says it feels nice to be forgiven. It sounds like maybe she knew she wasn't being the greatest mom in the world. So they kind of patched things up. They embraced and they hugged, and it wasn't a weird hug. It was a really good emotional hug. And, you know, it seemed like maybe she's finally accepted that she hasn't been the greatest parent to Leonard. And so it was a cool little embrace. I know that they're coming towards the end of the series, and that's why they're patching some of this shit up. And it didn't feel forced, in my opinion. It felt along the lines of the last 3 or 4 episodes with Leonard finally kind of growing up and getting the braveness that he needed to do some of these things. And so it felt good. It felt natural. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like, we're coming to the end of the series. We got to do these things. So it was cool. It was a really kind of heartwarming moment that they kind of patched up and they gave each other nice hugs. But that was mainly the gist of it. I don't have any idea what's happening next week. There wasn't any real clues in the preview, but it is the series finale next week. So it'll be cool. I'll be watching. You know, hopefully it's a satisfactory ending. I'm sure it will be. But that's all I wanted to talk about today, The Big Bang Theory. There is a new episode out. There are 2 new episodes out as I record this. There's an interview episode out with Ion Ascarium, where he talks about No Gods, No Dungeon Masters. And then there's a normal episode 111 is out. That came out a couple days ago. Go download both of those. Go check them out. See what you think. Let us know what you think. If you want to throw us a topic, if you want to throw us a cool comment, if you want to berate us, whatever you want to do, outsidelongbox@gmail.com, facebook.com/thinkingoutsidethelongbox, Twitter and Instagram @outsidelongbox. You can always leave us a voicemail with your thoughts on The Big Bang Theory or anything else at 970-573-6148. Or you can leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about The Big Bang Theory, whatever, the Blacklist, the last episode, the last couple interviews, all of that kind of stuff. We're heading into Denver Comic-Con, Denver Pop Culture Con. We've got 4, 5, or 6 interviews already kind of lined up. So hopefully you'll be hearing those a lot more quickly because they're coming out. The interviews will be coming out as individual episodes, just like I have in the past year or so. But if there's anything else, hit us up. Let us know what we're doing right. Let us know what we're doing wrong. We may or we may not listen. We are recording tonight, episode 112. We might go live tonight. I'm not exactly sure just because of the time constraints, but it will be endgame heavy. Otherwise, hopefully you guys have a great end to your week. It's Friday. Go do something fun tonight. Be safe. Have a great day.